Big Man City fans in our house. So when my wife Sharon came home with two budgies, both light blue, naturally, I called one of them Manchester and one of them City. They were great. They were a right laugh. Every evening we'd open a cage and just let him have a fly around the living room for an hour. City was quite shy, so just pop out for a bit and then go back to the comfort of his cage. Manchester, though, like the city itself, was adventurous and exciting and, quite dangerous, really. He was a little rebel, and you could not get him back in that cage for all the seeds in the world. Eventually, when he was absolutely knackered, I'd have to pick him up with my bare hands and place him back in the cage. It was proper cute. Kids loved it. Ultimately, though, that is what would lead to his downfall. One evening after his lengthy aerial exercise period, he landed on the carpet. His little claw got stuck in the fibres, and our dog Rennie went over, quite a curious mutt, to have a look. She gave him a little tap, only gentle, just playing, she's being nice really, but Manchester went down hard, and you could tell it was serious. He wasn't faking it like an Italian footballer, he would hurt. That's not what killed him though. No, we were quick to action. Manchester was soon in a shoebox, in the car, and on the way to the PDSA. Our garage on housing benefits, so as long as you can pretend to be him, then you can get it for free. A couple of hours later, we're back home. His little budgie leg in a little budgie plaster cast. It was heartbreaking, but it was funny. I wanted to get his mate City to sign it with a little budgie signature, but my wife said that I was being silly. Anyway, he was expected to make a full recovery. That is until disaster struck. And when I say disaster, I mean my wife. A couple of days later, me and the boys get back from the match. We just hammered Aston Villa 3-0. Beagrie was Rossler. I was in a buoyant mood, but it was quickly diminished when on entering the house I saw Sharon leaning over the table, crying a little out. "What's wrong, Mum?" said my eldest. Our red-eyed, tearful matriarch looked up from what she was doing and she just burst out crying again. On the table in front of her was a rather sodden and very dead Manchester budgie. I put my hand on her shoulder and checked for a pulse. She still had one. But alas, our budgie friend, he did not. Sharon went to do CPR on his chest with her fingers, but I stopped her. I said, "Give up, love, he's gone." Well, you could hear the wails down the street. Number 42 asked a few days later if everything was all right, the nosy bastards. I sent the boys to knock on for their mates and I tried to find out what had happened to lead to this sorry state. It turns out Manchester, in his plaster cast, was no longer able to sit on his perch, so my wife was worried he wouldn't be able to drink any water. So she got a little bowl and she put it on the bottom of the cage. Well, the poor little bastard must have fallen in head first and drowned. Horrible way to go. So Manchester's become the very first inhabitant of our very own pet cemetery in the back garden. I think we'll have to get rid of City soon too. It's too many painful memories, He just sits there, looking in his mirror, chatting to his mate. Wife says she feels too guilty every time she looks at him. The other day she was hoovering in the living room and she swears, hand on heart, on her mother's grave, that she heard the surviving budgie just say, "Murderer," in a tiny voice. I don't know about that, but I just thought I'd tell you that story because I didn't want his little watery death to be in vain. And also, does anybody need any trill?